Hello and welcome to another battle report. As you can probably see from the title, this is going to be a little bit different. But let's just get right into it. It's a Beastmen versus Ogre Kingdoms matchup, training with my buddy Muckluck. This is the same army as you saw in my last video, only he's bringing quite a different army. Trying to switch things up, trying to see if my army can withstand all sorts of builds. So some Vanguarded Harpies, trying to go for his ranged core, some skirmishes, and let's see how this goes. Yes, quite a blob here, which is kind of scary looking, giant on each side. And we just go charging right ahead, trying to get the right targets everywhere. These are a bit slow to engage though, from so far away in the corner. As you can see, most of this is not so favorable. There's just so many bodies everywhere. See, my Centaurs get beat up quite a bit. So I'm trying to get them on a different target where they'll be more useful. Also getting a lot of units up here in the middle doing not a whole lot. They're getting stuck. I have my Shaman in melee for his Chariot Dagger. Also fighting a bit. Here we get some Harpies on some Noblars. Since he doesn't have that much range, I need to drop my Harpies on. Trying to get my Centaurs back out. And the Harpies back on his units that they can fight decent against. Centaurs and Harpies dealing with the Noblars. Now I have my big blob here, Rekijan on a lot of units. But my units trying to keep this one busy with low as cheap units. Also trying to make sure the summoned Manticore doesn't do a whole lot. Overall, it's not going terribly well, I must say. Now, while I did get a big Rekijan on him, he got a big Flock of Doom on me as well. And his hunters just keep on shooting at Thorax. Thorax is quite a big boy, so I'm hoping to have him deal a lot of damage on the giant, but he'll also be doing a lot back. Especially in his wounded state, sadly. So I'm trying to get some support over there. Of course, keeping the Manticore busy, so I probably shouldn't be wasting my ammo on it at this point, but I'm preoccupied on this blob. Harpies are going back once they're routed. Overall, it's going decent for both of us. He has a lot of units running away. Need to keep my Thorax protected though. But the Ogres do have quite a bit of mass. But luckily Thorax can shoot through that mass with his massive axes. Okay, that was horrible, I'm sorry about that. Now here he still has quite a force, his big blob. I thought these were actually on, what we call it, the big guys, but they're not. And army losses actually triggers for me. So, as you can see, didn't go very well, so I thought, how can I change this army up a bit? But instead of that, Muckluck convinced me to just try again with the same armies. He gave me some pointers, right targeting here and there. Talking about his big scary blob in the middle, and how I could best deal with that. And we decided to just keep the same armies and see how that goes. So while we wait for the loading screen a bit, can check out the armies. Same armies in both battles. And there we go. I even did the deployment the same, just for science reasons, having the same test, but now I'll be going about the targeting different. Also waiting for the harpies to get closer before I engage with my main core. That does also mean I need to get my centaurs away, so since this is going to be slow at start, till the harpies get close, centaurs are trying to get back in their backlines. And here we shall go again. Once more into the breach, once more with feeling, all that good jazz. So now I instantly get my minotaurs away from the noblars and into ogre bull targets. Decided to go mostly for the left side, not so much on the right, just to keep them busy. Nice Trader King here. And now I keep the hunters busy with my harpies. They won't win, but they will keep them busy for quite a bit. Also getting the centaurs on the big threat, the man-eaters. See I think quite big of a number on me last time. Here he gets his Flock of Doom. 3 units, decent. As you can see, I'm doing a bit better here. I'm losing mostly on this side, though not terribly. You just get routed. Thought I saw a unit of my dispute. Oh no, they just got transferred here. But they are, the banner it is. They are taking quite a bit of damage. I'm popping down another Trader King. There's no blobbing. I've got my minibus now. All assembled and taking down the big threats while keeping this group a bit busy and munching on their health, but also making them tired before the big blob of really scary stuff comes in. Making sure those don't come back right away. And also to recharge the, I think, Jagged Dagger. Do they have the Jagged Dagger? Can't see it here, but I do believe I got that on them. No, Harpy's getting back into the action, keeping his stuff busy. Using my Shaman on the chariot to have these noblars busy. And then the big blob will move in again. I have these units keeping a big blob busy here. We'll lose eventually, but still doing quite a lot of damage. The Minotaur grade weapons on the big targets now. Just all around getting the balance of power a bit better than last time. Numbers not terribly fast. We're kept busy by the Brave Shaman. And now I'm managing to get on his big core. Another Flock of Doom on his part. It's a big giant, but his... I'm focused on one of his hunters very well. Might have been able to do better on that flank, but I was really focusing on this big important fight. Now that this clump of Minotaurs with great weapons and assistance is getting on his hunter, his lord. It's going quite well for me. As you can see, the balance of power is shifting quite rapidly. So what I did here, actually, also what's important to talk about is I didn't go for this course straight away. His Lord and Hunters, because that would have been cut off pretty easily, I do think. So I waited for a good time, and then I went on there. And now I trade a king on this big blob to kind of seal the deal. Again, a lot of stuff routing for him, and my units all clumped up, doing a number on his units. He still has his 2 giants, but there's just so many minotaurs with big weapons. So we're throwing axes and the kitchen sink, that they also get routed quite fast. Taken down, routing, and all that good jazz. So as we can see here, spell's pretty much over. I have a tight core here now, nothing he can do really. He has some range, but it's just noble trappers, which will also get attacked by these Ungors, which aren't great units, but still good enough to deal with them. One of his hunters is going back, but it's going to be too little too late here. He does manage to soften up the spearman though. Gets to charging, but once that runs out, he's almost running again, and my morale is still good from winning in a big clump. With more minotaurs coming back, and this is army losses for him this time. So I think this was a great example by Muckluck, teaching me that sometimes it's not necessary to change your army, but just go about it a bit better, and then you can see a massive change. So hopefully you learned a lot from this. I know I did, and I'll see you all in the next battle report.